Welcome to the
Emancipating Scion.
I did train you to
participate.
To participate in that really well. You always rush in to be a part of yelling during this time. So that's fun. That's a fun consequence, I think. Last time I had returned from the land of the dead.
And also destroyed it. Just a little bit.
Because I like to go the extra mile. Above and beyond.
So, as you emerge through the ghost fence, you find yourself in a night wreathed in ash, fairly typically for the Ashlands. Visibility's low, but you can still make out, especially with your blind senses, as Julan and Ashmanu both sort of rush out of the tent. Julan claps eyes on you, I suppose lenses, and sort of stands still for a moment before rushing forward and pulling you up in a bear hug so tight that you can barely breathe.
I'm gonna imitate the sound of an undead.
Cut that out, you outlander.
Sorry. You got me. I'm good. I made it out. It's okay.
What did you do? He says after setting you down and sort of looking at the land around, which you can see that as the caverns have been sort of carved out of a cliff face, that has now sort of collapsed down. There's a whole sinkhole where there used to be a ridge.
You remember where you found me unconscious? Yeah, I did this something similar.
To our burial caverns?
I'm sorry. It's what's the it was part of the challenge of the things inside to let me leave.
Well, I can't see anyone in the tribe being happy about this, but you've accomplished the task set forth for you. So, let's rest here and make our way back in the morning. Julian seems a little phased, especially as you enter the tent. It's a much more temporary structure. Neither Julian or Ashmanu make any move to remove any of their armor. But they do sort of settle down.
Okay. I would like to try out and see if these powers are any more stable. So I would like to make this place a little bit more homey. I'd like to do the equivalent of casting Human's tiny hut.
Okay.
To basically banish some dust, have some a wall that we can pass, a wall that we can observe through without being observable on the inside, because this is a sort of sanctuary from danger.
And since you are close to the lair or domain of the god you took this power from, you'll get a +1.
Okay, so I am still gonna have to roll to roll the power. All right, let's do it. So here, I'm gonna steal your dice because to make sure they will roll better for me than my own. 5 + 1 = 7. 7 + 1 = 9. 9 + 1 = 11. 11 + 1 = 12. 12 + 1 = 14. 14 + 1 = 16. 16 + 1 = 18. 18 + 1 = 20. 20 + 1 = 21. 21 + 1 = 22. 22 + 1 = 23. 23 + 1 = 24. 24 + 1 = 26. 26 + 1 = 28. 28 + 1 = 29. 29 + 1 = 30. 30 + 1 = 41. 41 + 1 = 44. 44 + 1 = 46. 46 + 1 = 47. 47 + 1 = 48. 48 + 1 = 49. 49 + 1 = 50. 50 + 1 = 51. 51 + 1 = 52. 52 + 1 = 53. 53 + 1 = 54. 54 + 1 = 55. 55 + 1 = 56. 56 + 1 = 57. 57 + 1 = 58. 58 + 1 = 59. 59 + 1 = 60. 60 + 1 = 61. 61 + 1 = 62. 62 + 1 = 63. 63 + 1 = 64. 64 + 1 = 65. 65 +
What'd we get?
I rolled a double 6. I got what I asked for. They rolled really, really well. I'm not. Can I have your phone to take a picture of the dice?
God. Okay.
When you ask me to make a move for a simple power, you have to consider that there's the option I will do an overkill and break something important, like my friendship with these two.
I think so. The effect of your spell, or of you wielding this power, isn't immediately obvious. There is a subtle green tint that comes over everything within the hut. The sound of the ash storm around you does quiet, and the air clears and settles as if you were in a more sturdy place. The walls themselves feel more sturdy to the touch and have that gentle, a gentle sickly green glow to them.
Cool. Definitely did not turn my two friends into undead right now.
Yeah. Now that you've made this place a totally, definitely great sanctuary, what do you do?
Sleep.
Okay.
Well, sorry, trance.
Yes. So you assume your trancing position and you pass the next 6 hours, or 4? 4 hours within your newly sturdified hut. When you awake, Julian and Ashmani are both in the same positions that they were when you went to trance last night.
Like, still standing, or?
They had been seated. So they're still in a sitting position. They still have their helmet and armor on.
Oh, did I pause time? I'm gonna go over and sort of like pass my hands. I'm gonna try to cancel the magic that I cast.
Okay. The glow fades away from the walls of the tent, and while it seems the ash storm itself is past, you do start to feel more ash trickling into the air supply. It doesn't take very long, even when the air is more calm. But both Julian and Ashmanu stay as they were.
Try to tap one of them, get a pulse.
You hear as you
cut it out, you Ashlander.
And you slip your fingers under the leather of their armor. Julian's skin feels cold.
Even if I tested it away from them, I wouldn't have realized that this was going to be such a shitty power. Okay. Guys, are you still able to talk? I can't go back to the tribe like this anymore. am going to unleash my divinity.
Okay.
I'm going to commune with the dead, grab their spirits back from beyond the veil, and sort of like anchor them to their back to their bodies. But what I'm choosing is that it is obvious. I'm not. They're still undead, but they have their minds back and the ability to communicate. It's just that they are going to start to rot.
Okay.
And to be undead. But the magic is stable and it is not brief. It's long term.
Yeah, I had the exact same thought that would be a excellent choice. So,
Can I have the pencil?
So yeah, what does it look like when you unleash your divinity on Julian and Ashmanu?
I think it's like it doesn't look like much in the world of the living, but it looks like like a whole saga to escape the underworld or the outer planes, like for us, right? So I imagine that like whichever domain they've ended up in, I get like Ashmanu out first, and then we go and get Julian together, and we're like running along a long corridor towards the light. When we like all three sort of like regain consciousness back in the tent, and only a minute has passed for here, but like a little bit more time has passed for them. And my divinity, I'd awoken it just last session, and then I had to immediately spend it again. It's okay. It was for and I'm like, guys, you can talk.
I can. Why? I feel strange, stiff. Like I spent a whole week sleeping on the back of a guar.
Yeah. This is my first time doing that.
What?
Huh? This is my first time doing that, so I don't know how well this worked, but we're back! You're alive! I'm gonna give both of them a big hug. And
both of them are a little shell-shocked. Julian takes a second and says, "We're alive, which means we were dead."
Yeah, some like undead thing took your souls during the night.
Julian takes one of his gloves off and looks at his hand, which does look mostly the same, but some of the skin around his fingertips has shriveled a little bit. His nails look like they've grown in place.
Yeah. It might look like all of the blood from the arm has pooled in the fingers, and that it gets progressively lighter along the arm. I'm like, that's always looked like that, right?
We best get back to the tribe.
If I brought them back beautiful, I would have been violating my curse. So it actually, whew, they're undead.
Okay.
I wish I just terrified them, because that's one of the options of the wield of power when you overkill. But I'm very okay with this, like with this solution in the end. It feels like an extra layer of, you know, the like hero climbing down the mountain and coming back changed. Like we were all changed by the experience, and
not necessarily for the better.
Nope. Yeah, I think like I don't think that Gladius necessarily like I don't know if Gladius like necessarily thinks that like that like the sanctuary spell is what got them killed. Like it feels like
Is Gladius under the impression that having like slept near the door might have done this to them?
and you said they were still in the same position, so but they could be trans like it their was it their trance position?
You can't recall them having moved from the moment that you secured the space.
Yes. Had they taken what is considered a comfortable trance position?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. In this case, yeah, Gladius feels like maybe I just didn't cast that magic soon enough. Then again, I did cast a spell next to civilians, and then they died, but it was a different power. I didn't know. I think that Gladius like is going to realize, shit, I did this like through a conversation with the others, and just say like I'm sorry. I think I messed with powers I didn't understand. I was just trying to keep us safe. Magic is supposed to be about intent. I was not expecting this.
Well, I suppose in fairness, I didn't expect you to be alive at all, so plenty of unexpected things happen.
Yeah, but like, this is gonna affect your lives probably. Like,
Ashmani says, certainly.
Okay, you're taking this very, very calmly. I mean, can...
What use is there in getting emotional?
Okay.
Julian says, it is poor form for a warrior to lose their control of their emotions. This is a particularly difficult moment, but look, in all honesty, the two of us are more than likely going to have to make this exact journey back once we've brought you to the camp.
Maybe we don't tell anyone?
The wise woman will know. I will be surprised if she doesn't already know.
Well, that's what hats of disguises are for.
You are an odd one, friend.
Hmm?
You-
You're right. I am not a hat of disguise, but we can get some. Oh, you're an odd one. Okay. I thought you said you're not one. If they send you back for that stuff, then you can just come with me instead. Like, you're all right. Your personalities don't seem to have changed at all. There's no reason. There's no reason why you shouldn't you should be excluded from the tribe. I mean, maybe Ashmanu, you. Sorry, I was just thinking about like how this might affect the romantic relationship and went into too far of a tangent. But this is bad. I'm sorry. I will do what I can to fix this.
Shmanu sort of nods. And Julian gives a non-committal sound.
There's... no, this isn't a multiplayer game. They wouldn't have Scrolls of Resurrection. Fuck. This is not great. This is an awkward walk back towards the camp.
Yep. It especially becomes fairly awkward. About halfway through the day, Julian unbuckles his water and just passes it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't need to drink. Maybe if you drink enough embalming fluid, the wise woman won't notice.
Maybe. It's an idea.
Where are we going to find 2 liters of embalming fluid, bro?
I don't know what embalming fluid is.
This is not how I wanted to come back to the tribe.
God damn it.
Yeah, this is not like you know what? Hold on. Okay. Okay. So give me 1 second to figure out that move. I'm gonna tell the others I don't have control over my magics just yet, but there's something I might be able to do. I'm thinking of like tapping into my magics, but instead of going through the powers, I want to go through specifically like sending power into my curse and purposefully use the roll to violate the curse. when you violate the terms of a curse, await disaster and answer 1. What mutates beyond recognition is that they, these two guys are mutated back to a state that looks like, that looks beautiful and living.
And how is that disastrous exactly?
I'm awaiting disaster and I'm answering one of those questions. And the GM will answer one of describing how the curse surges, forced to claim its due.
And how is it that you're violating the curse?
By casting magic that will make them beautiful.
So, by doing something that will make them beautiful, and then you're expecting it to mutate them and keep them beautiful.
That's the... Yes.
I'm gonna have to overrule this one.
Okay, I can't...
This feels contrary to the spirit of violating a curse.
Okay. Yeah.
Would you have allowed it?
What shatters beyond repair or shifts beyond your reach could be of a good, like...
Okay, I suppose.
I would probably...
Okay, let me ask instead, are you sure you want to do this?
I feel like it might affect my ability to, like, bring people back to life in the future. Like, shifting beyond my reach, my ability to, like, bring people, make people undead again. But I'm going to actually ask them, like, this is some, like, dangerous, weird magic stuff that I'm about to attempt. So, like, if you want me to do it, I can push magic into my curse to purposefully, like, go against the terms of my curse in a way that will make you beautiful and living.
They both are quiet for a moment, and as you walk, you hear the sound of the wind echoing between the three of you. Ashmanu says, "It was the power of our ancestors that you wielded that killed us, yes."
I can't say for sure, but it feels like that way, yes.
From where was this curse?
This curse was from Dagoth Fulvon.
Servant of the Sharmat? The devil under Red Mountain? No. Julan nods along and says, "Yeah, his point's a good one. If magic that should be friendly to us backfired this badly, I hesitate to see what a magic against us in the form of a curse."
Yeah. Well, okay. In this case, let's recontextualize what you are experiencing as a decision of the ancestors, right? When we go back into the village, we say that it was the power of the ancestors that made you this way, but they did not claim you as part of the tomb. Not yet.
And so it is.
Okay. If I find a way to fix this, I will come back and do my best. Okay, we walk into the village.
Okay. As the three of you return, there is a clunk as the only child in the tribe who had been stirring a big pot of food, drops the spoon. They rush off towards the sort of inner circle tents of the Ashkan and the Gulakans. And it's only a few moments later that you see Zabamund, Sulmatul, and Sinamu Merpal all emerge from their yurts and sort of gather around the fire. Sulmatul is holding a spear in one hand, but less threatening than it had been during your confrontation. Which he takes the spear and uses the tip of it to point at you while turning to Sinamu Merpal, and he says,
Wait, that's the champion?
Sulmatul is the Ashkan.
Okay.
So that's the chief. Zabamund is the champion.
Okay, so Sulmatul. Okay. Soul Man.
Sulmatul turns to Sinamu and says, has he truly been to the caverns and returned? Which Sinamu says, I am wise in many things, but perhaps it's best to ask the question of those who actually went. And she moves her hand towards you.
You only seem to trust the word of the people from your tribe, so I will let those whom you already trust tell of the tale.
Julian and Ashmanu both sort of glance at each other, and Julian, of course, steps forward and
talkative.
and he says,
and I will tell their story.
Yesterday, we traveled to the caverns. We arrived just before sunset. Swildog entered, and only a few hours later emerged to the sound of a great crash. But he was whole in body, and the three of us rested for the evening. However, something happened in the night.
I claimed a little bit of the power of the ancestors while I was in the tomb, and what seeped out was a powerful change, a blessing of the ancestors upon my two comrades. They are now different. They are beyond the abilities of a normal living mer, and you will find them to be slightly different, but they are still the people that you knew and called brothers or child or cousin or lover. They're still the same.
Sinamu.
Ashmanu and Julian.
Sinamu steps forward until she can lay her palm on the masks of both of your two friends. She looks one in the eyes and then the other and says, "Oh, my poor children, you have become quite lost, haven't you?"
They were not claimed by Tool. They are free of its domain until it is their time.
This is grave news indeed, and yet joyous, for you have come to us with the bestowal of powers gifted to you by our ancestors. Ashkan, I can feel it from here that this one has been marked by the guardians of the Urshulaku. As it had been your word, I can verify that the events have come to pass. Which Solmatul looks at her rather sternly after saying this and says, "Well, Outlander, you have exceeded all possible expectations. And as I myself so swore, I now name you Hearth Friend of the Urshulaku. You're free to rest with us, to travel with us, and to be in all aspects a member of this tribe through adopted rights."
I am honored beyond words. I will do. I also embrace the duties of a clan member, and will treat all of my fellow clan members as family.
And so it is.
And I'm never casting either type of magic around any civilians or even fellow warriors ever again.
The
that's in my head, but like, yeah, go ahead.
The Ashcan nods at your pronouncement and turns around briskly and returns to his tent. The wise woman, on the other hand, steps forward between Julian and Ashmanu and places her hand on your shoulder and says, "We have much to discuss, young one. Please."
I'm gonna follow her, and I look back a little sadly at the other two, and for the first time in days, they're not gonna be with me. They don't need to guard me anymore because I'm a tribe member, and so I'm leaving them for the first time in days, and it's sad now.
So it is. But you step into the wise woman's yurt once again, following her. The sound of wind chimes echoes around your ears, and...
Okay, I have a question. Oh, no, hold on. Okay, would you say that a tribe lynching my friends for being undead and sending them back into the tomb, would you say that that is a dangerous obstacle I overcame?
I would not say that was exactly what was going to happen, and I would not say that...
Did I overcome a dangerous obstacle?
I mean, yes, but you did that when you, like, at the same moment that you used your wits to, like... I assume that this is unleashing, or rather not unleashing, but like awakening your divinity.
Yeah, my divine trigger, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you sort of fulfilled both of those aspects when you, like...
Okay, so so like, by bringing them back, by the act of deciding to bring them back,
I'm saying, like, okay, read the text to me of the trigger.
So I had to cut some stuff so that it would fit. So all I have is overcome dangerous obstacle with wits and skills, but I remember that it's with your mortal wits and skills.
Yeah. So I definitely would not consider like tricking, or rather like getting yourself into the position to spare a god earlier. Definitely was a trigger, but I don't think that this was. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little. Your divinity's not awakened. Is what I'm saying.
That's okay. Yeah.
Where's Tic Tacs? Where's snacks?
I
require snacks.
Yeah. Give me some too. All right. Let's go get lore dumped.
Okay. So,
I'm good. By which I mean I'm going to take a shit in private for the first time in days. I'm going to lore dump.
So, after you bury some black earth outside of the camp, you entered Senamu Murpal's tent. What is the strangest thing that you see hanging around her yurt?
I think there's a couple of imps that are working hard to do her bidding. If she's going to cast any magic, they're drawing sigils and moving around like arcane things. And if she's looking for, it's part of an oral tradition. They would be basically repeating back parts of the history that they had been commanded to memorize as a backup for memory failures.
In the background of your entire conversation with Senamu, you just hear, and in that coming spring was the birth of he who hunts over long ranges, and detailing the entire history of the tribe, event by event.
They're mostly just whispering it in her ears, because she's the keeper of that tradition. But it is ominous imps whispering in the ears of the person that I'm talking to the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Great use of that mechanic.
Yeah. So, she lights a few pieces of incense, directing the flame with her fingers from a distance, and sits down cross-legged on a reed mat in the center of her yurt, before inclining her hand forward to a mat opposite.
Okay. I'm going to sit down as well.
Okay. She says, "You asked me not long ago how to best avoid fulfilling the prophecies of the return of the incarnate. I assume that this is still something that you're interested in?"
Yes.
Well, I can tell you one thing. You are not the Nerevarine.
Okay.
But perhaps you may become Nerevarine.
Okay, how do I avoid that?
Well, first, do you know in what season you were born?
No clue.
Perhaps a star marked your coming in some way? Have you been...
the spellcaster dragon thing?
The Atronach? I believe, as the
Yeah, the
Imperials called.
Atronach, yes. The stars of the Atronach were in the sky.
So it is as said, that your birth shall come at the fall. The Atronach is the last of the signs in the fall of the year, and also it is said that the Battle of Red Mountain took place during sun's dusk. Interesting. But of course, it is of no... There are plenty who are born in the month of sun's dusk. Do you know your parents' names?
I once knew them, but I was forced to forget those names.
On a certain day and to uncertain parents. Well, as I said, the first trial may apply to many. Perhaps I should read to you the 7 visions of the incarnate.
Okay.
On a certain day and to uncertain parents, incarnate moon and star reborn. Neither blight nor age can harm him, the curse of flesh before him flies. In caverns dark, Azura's eye sees, and makes to shine the moon and star. A stranger's voice unites the houses, 3 halls call him Hortator. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi, the 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. He honors the blood of the tribe unmourned, he eats their sin and is reborn. His mercy frees the cursed false gods, binds the broken, redeems the mad. He speaks the law for Veloth's people, he speaks for their land, and names them great.
I know it's an oral tradition, but could you write that down for me?
I can make notes for you if you so please. If it is more convenient for you.
Is there one, like, okay, I was trying to catch one thing that I might just but if I never call the people around here with the G words, then I'm good, right?
I'm sorry?
The last thing you said at the end.
Great.
Yeah. If I never say that word, then I don't fit the prophecy, right?
I don't believe that's quite the intent behind those words.
Just what is the intent behind those words?
Well, I suppose it is all left to interpretation. But there are some prophecies which have been forgotten, lost, driven out of existence by the temple, but I suspect that there may be some records of these. Perhaps your reading may have further documentation behind it, should you find these prophecies that have been lost. I have no idea where you might find them, but I have told you what my people know to look for.
How do you lose the portions of an oral tradition?
Death.
But then how would there be fragments remaining?
Well, if the temple recorded them before they killed my sisters.
It's not necromancy, but yeah. Okay.
I believe that even the tribunal temple has not fallen so far as to forcefully interrogate an ancestral spirit.
Can I either look up the Nerevar prophecy or like have the text that you were reading sent to me?
I can do that.
Cool.
There you go.
Where did you send it to me?
Discord TES.
Right, yes. Okay. Alright. Blah blah blah. What he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. Certain day to uncertain parents, incarnate And Star Reborn. It doesn't say anything about the fall here.
Yeah, that part I can just type out. That's a little addition.
Okay.
Because they don't generally get quite so specific about the month.
Yeah. Because you have to be able to choose those in Morrowind. A certain day to uncertain parents, incarnate moon and Star Reborn. Neither blight nor age can harm him. Ha! I'm not the Nerevar. I have been struck dumb by the blight before, so we are good. The curse of flesh before him flies. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm pretty ugly from a curse to my flesh, so just by the second trial, I am not the Nerevarar. You said I could become the Nerevarar? That seems unlikely.
Well, there are more unlikely things. For instance, none here within our camp otherwise fulfill the first two conditions. Their parents are known. Their birth is incorrectly matched. But not all who may be are. And not all who are may be.
Stranger's voice unites the houses. Three halls call him Hortator. What does that mean?
Hortator, the war chief of the Great House.
So was that term already in existence at the time of the prophecy?
Yes, and in fact had been a title of Nerevar himself. Hortator of all the great houses, and Nerevar to all of the Valathi.
It just meant the big guy.
Think of it somewhat as an imperial general.
Okay. As long as I never eat anybody's sin, that's another condition I can just avoid. I just have to watch my diet. Freeing the cursed false gods. That doesn't sound like a good thing. What part of this prophecy is like good for you?
Nerevar shall set things right. He will speak Veloth's people's law into this land once again.
Okay. Well, you better hope that for once it's not a law used to repress the people. But okay, cool. Thank you. I've got what I came here for, and shit, I want to stay here, but I have things to do. Do you know where the nearest? I think you had given me the placements of a couple of Holalu mines that I was just going to go and raid for the.
You got them from somebody. I don't remember who it was that gave it to you.
Yeah. Is there what near here?
We are far from Halalu territory here.
Got it. Okay.
But, a moment. You did ask when we first met, also, what I could tell you of how to control these powers of yours. And...
I did?
Yes.
Oh.
You said that you felt unstable, that my tribe was in danger from not just that, the name that you gave us for the arrangement of a ransom, but also that you yourself were a threat.
Yeah.
I know of no way to stabilize what is happening to you, and...
Do you know what it's called?
I have seen this once before, which is the reason in which I have said that perhaps you may become Nerevarine.
It was Pixar?
Peak Star, yes.
Huh. Fuck. No wonder she's dead. With those kinds of powers. But that's a common type of thing.
I have seen it only twice in all of my 300 years.
Yeah, but you don't go out much. Do you?
I have seen and tended to all of the Urshulaku in that time, and have consulted with other wise women.
Yeah, but like you're okay. Yeah, but you're mostly like.
And many who wish to call themselves Nerevar Reborn have come to me for my pronouncement on such things. Only you and only Peakstar. That is all I can tell you.
I mean, that just means I've got one thing in common with one person who claimed to be a Nerevar. So if she wasn't, then by default my similarities and don't matter.
But perhaps you both had the potential to become, and she failed in doing.
Okay. I don't like this very much, but as long as I stay ugly and am vulnerable to blight, then I am good.
Well, in that case, good luck with your return to civilization. Also, there never was a ransom message.
So what were you trying to do?
What do you think?
I don't have enough brain cells to figure that one out.
Suffice to say, I'm satisfied.
Okay. Let me look at the map to see if there's anything that that I was quested to do around here. Dagonfell felt like it's something I had a quest in to go do in a while back.
A very, very long time ago. A whole nother dimension. Last time you were in Dagonfell, you were an orc.
I do remember that campaign. Okay. I think that Gladius Gladius is back to square one on controlling his powers, so he's gonna go back to I'm just going to destroy some Halalu places and use that to basically destabilize their economy so that they have less resources to send to Caldera.
Okay. So, do you basically take off straight from the Wise Woman's tent, or do you make any goodbyes?
I'm gonna ask where is the nearest guild guide.
You only get blank stares.
Okay. Where's the nearest guild hall?
From the Urshulaku tribe members, just more blank stares.
Okay. Where's the nearest big city where they have a mages guild? You do trade.
We do trade. We generally don't go farther than the most distant outposts. Cool and Margan are both walking distance.
Okay, Cool has a ship on it.
Only a few days.
Cool has a ship on it, which means it's a port. So at least there's that. And what was the other one you mentioned?
Margan.
I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try cool. It sounds
cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for what the ancestors and me, I guess, did to the two of our people, but I will try to find a solution in return.
Moon and star watch over you, Outlander. Hearth friend.
Thank you. I'm gonna head out. I think I asked them where the west is, like which direction the west is first, because ash. And then I'm gonna set off towards school.
As you begin to leave the village,
Hold on. I am going to go and see the Julian and Ashmanu first.
Okay, cool. The two of them, you're informed, have been speaking with the Ashcan privately while you've been speaking with the wise woman. They both leave his yurt. Especially difficult to read, partially because they are wearing full body armor.
But like you have even less body language when you don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
You don't have the and the.
But Julan turns to you and says, "What are your plans then, Hearth friend?"
My powers are too unstable to use around friends, but they have to be used for the good of the people. I know this is my clan, but I have blood. I have ties with another clan, the miners' union, the Freemers Miners' Union, and I have a debt to them. I'm going to go and take attention away from from the conflict they are facing and redirect the power of their enemies towards other problems that I will create.
This enemy, who is it?
The Halalu.
Ha! Oh, my friend, you have excellent enemies. Well then, it is decided. And Julan begins walking and picks up his bag, which he dropped when the three of you entered the village. Throws it on his back.
I'm going to okay. I didn't tell them where which direction I was going, so I get what they're trying to come with me, but like I've already hurt them with my magic, and if I can't use my magic around them, I am substantially weaker, so they would not be helping me, and they would be putting themselves in the not the line of fire, but the line of power. So I'm I'm gonna let them walk for a while, and when they're far away enough that I can't see them through the ash storm, I'm gonna head in another direction if they don't turn around to check that I'm following.
So, only Julan moves to come with you. Ashmanu does still grab his pack, but he waves at Julan in a traditional greeting and diverges from your path.
Where are you going?
It is the decision of Sul Matul that, given the state we are in, we may not exist within the village. Ashmanu has decided to stay nearby and serve as hunter and warrior regardless. He will make his tent separately and leave his kills in caches that the village might be sustained by his works. But I have decided that, well, you likely are in need of some assistance in some ways. You still do not know this land very well. And, well, I can't very well be hurt substantially more.
You could still die.
And my soul would return to the ancestors.
I am dangerous to be around.
Many are, especially in these times.
I will let you guide me out of the Ashlands for your rights, and that I will most likely get lost. But beyond that, I do not know.
Well, I suppose one step at a time, my friend.
Gladys is gonna try brainstorming like cool things that he could be doing instead. Like, oh man, you could become a wise woman, you know? Like, you would be around for so long to remember all of that stuff. Have you ever thought of becoming a wise woman?
I am missing several critical pieces of internal infrastructure for that position.
Nah, that's just gender role.
First and most important of which is belief.
Yeah. Well, do you need? Does one need to kill the Guladan to become the Guladan?
The Gulakan?
Yeah.
It is one of the ways one may ascend to the rank of champion, but it would not solve the problem that I am still of the dead, and thus not fit to be part of a living tribe. The Ashcan did not banish us with anger, or distaste, or even negative will to me and Ashmanu. But regardless, we have lost our home.
You know what I think? I think if we find this Nerevarar person, and they can rewrite the law, they can make a law for you to be allowed in the tribe.
Perhaps what you say is true. We shall have to see. And perhaps in my journeying with you, I shall encounter this Nerevar.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, look at that! You just got faith. You just found faith. Alright, that's a good first step for this journey. Let's go.
Alrighty. So the two of you travel for days through the desert before coming to the sea on the north side. The weather turns from bad being ashy and blighty to awful thunderstorms. But Julan almost seems excited to be in the rain.
Yeah, I mean,
he's seen the sea before, he's seen the rain before. This isn't the first time, but he still is almost giddy, dancing through dancing through the thunderstorm as he leads you further up the coast.
cool. Man, this guy does not get tired anymore. I can still run out of breath. You've got to wait for me.
All right. So, days pass as the two of you travel, and eventually some amount of greenery begins to enter the landscape. It almost feels a little familiar. It looks fairly similar to the land around Nisus, the West Gash region, as you know it to be called. And that environment, which you seem to recall as having been something like home once.
Oh yeah, Nisus is that's where I was in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They might have posters with my face on it.
Um,
Well, then again, I am dead, so.
You make it to Cool, which has very, very few permanent-looking buildings. There is a tall Redoran watchtower curving up towards the sky, but otherwise it mostly seems to consist of shacks, and would seem to be a completely inconsequential village if it weren't for a hubbub of activity moving between a silt strider at the top of a cliff and a sequence of pulleys moving items from that silt strider and down to the bottom of a cliff where a boat awaits.
They've got like awesome cranes and like.
It's all operated by guar harnessed to a machine that seems to be turning and cranking things. However, there is some amount of technological capability here. Yeah.
That looks impressive.
Imperial influence, all of it.
Yes.
He makes a sign to ward off evil.
I do too, and I'm like, still, it is an impressive evil.
I suppose one can call the Empire that. Impressive evil.
I thought that sailing through these waters was treacherous with all of the miniature islands and the like. I'm looking at the actual map and I'm like, wow, this is a fucking nightmare to land in anywhere in the north, and it's only in the south west that you can have like decent ports.
Julian nods and says, my people are very wary to take to boat, it is true. But perhaps the waters west of Sheogorad are more calm.
Yeah. This doesn't look like a place big enough to have a mage's guild, but Nisus would be the other place I would look normally, but they've seen my face there.
I suppose if we're trying to get to a larger location, the question then becomes boat or silt strider. I've always wanted to ride in one of those things.
Oh, awesome! Let's go on a boat then. Oh, you meant to try the Silt Strider. Yes.
No,
Sorry.
the boat's fine. The boat's fine too.
No. You've always wanted to. Okay, but this is Julian.
Julian, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that you still feel pain, but I have made someone bleed from their eyes just from trying to establish a telepathic communication with them. I've healed someone at the risk of, at the cost of killing 5 other people that were present. All of this is, all my powers have very unintended consequences, and the wise woman says that she doesn't know of a way to control those. I can't, in good conscience,
My friend, you've already killed me once. It is the least you can do, then, to let me accompany you. You owe me that much.
I'm gonna do as I'm told.
Okay.
I'm gonna do as I'm told. I'm gonna take him with me. Blah, blah, blah. I am. I think the vulnerability that I reveal is that, for me, my ideas of what's right is never more important than what the person thinks. Well, it is sometimes if I'm I have to kill this person, but they don't think they should be killed. But I think the vulnerability of I'm pretty easy to sway, if I'm very trusting and easy to sway. I think the same vulnerability that I had shown previously. And I'm rewarded, I assume I'm rewarded with a good friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alright. To the... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... Yeah. So we could sail to Knarmok. That is not a Halalu settlement that I know of. But I remember Pelagiad was not Pelagiad. The things next to Pelagiad. Hold on. Wait, was Seidonin the place where I landed the first time around? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, okay, yeah. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask the I want to ask the timetables of both of those things, but on the other hand, I'm okay. Both of those have you surrounded by nature, but with my heavy armor, I can still fight if I fall off of the vehicle if we're in a Silt Strider. So let's take a Silt Strider. And I'm gonna entertain Julian by explaining in great detail why these aren't animals.
Which Julian sort of nods along, but he says, I mean, that is strange. We do see the Silt Strider caravaneers training with their beasts in the Ashlands when they're young. Sorry,
Yeah.
monstrosities, I suppose. When they're quite small and young, they're vulnerable to anything outside of the ash and silt that they're most native to.
Hmm.
And so, very often in the fringes of our ashlands, we'll see the silt striders bonding with their charges. They mostly leave us alone. We leave them alone.
Mhm.
Sometimes they make good trade.
Their charges? The people who own them?
The silt striders themselves. The bond between a caravaneer and a silt strider, I understand, is quite intimate and strong.
Okay. Yeah.
They're all Ranger Beastmaster subclass.
Wow, they sure didn't seem like they had ranger powers when I was confronting one of them, but okay. Alright. Onwards to Pelagiad.
Trying to go to Pelagiad specifically?
Well, I'm trying to go beyond Pelagiad, but I remember like the two plantations around Pelagiad being some of the places that it was like, right, let's go target these places. You know what I mean?
Okay. So there is not. So especially if you're just taking the Silt Strider as it comes, from Cool, it's going to take 2 more days to get from where you are to Eldrune of traveling through the Silt Strider. From Cool, it moves south actually through Nisus. But
if it goes through Nisus, I'm gonna ask real quick if there's a Mages Guild in there.
no luck, friend. You'll have to make it as far as Eldrune for the Imperial Guilds.
Okay. Well, the Cell Strider goes to Eldrune, so yeah, we'll just do that and teleport from there.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long time, and admittedly, okay. What is one
Dren and Arvel plantation and the farms along Lake Anaya. So yeah, I think I want to target the farms around Lake Amaya, and where are the other farms that were mentioned? The Dren and Arbel plantation.
So what passenger gets on in Nisus that makes you regret making the decision to travel this way?
Fuck. I don't remember many people from that time in my life. I try not to think about it. But let me I don't think I wrote down the name of anybody from that place. Let me think.
It doesn't have to tie into the plot. It
I
could
know,
just
I
be
know,
silly.
I know. I think that Nine Toes is a little bit too friendly to me. Like Nine Toes comes in and recognizes me, and the fact that I know both of those people who don't like each other, whose like respective people don't tend to like each other, immediately ruins the rest of the journey to Aldrune.
Okay, yeah. So Nine Toes gets on, which it seems like a lot of his vision is back, but he's not at 100%. But he does recognize you, specifically your armor.
Oh shit! Two of my exes, two of my companions who got hurt along the way are
are traveling with you.
Fuck.
But Nine Toes makes conversation. Julan is a little uncharacteristically quiet. Nine Toes eventually says to you, "What's the deal with your friend?"
He's a great person. There's no deal. Don't be weird.
Ugh, what died in here?
I'm like, oh man, if only I had a telepathy power so that I could tell him to shut up.
So it's a long trip to Aldrune.
Yeah.
And made all the worse by continued rain. It's pouring for much of the journey until you pass through the mountains, and it switches to just windswept ash storms. Absolutely
like,
awful weather.
Covers over the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the covers don't leak a little bit of rain or ash.
Yeah. More ash than water gets in, but it is still an uncomfortable ride as a result.
I bet. Alright, and from Aldrune, can I teleport to Pelagian or...
You could teleport to Balmora or Caldera. You could try to catch a different Silt Strider going towards Vivek. There isn't a Silt Strider port in Pelagiad, but...
I could jump off.
You could jump off.
Yeah. I'm going to do that.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna tell Nine Toes... Alright, I would like to tempt fate.
Okay.
Nine Toes. When you get off of this Silt Strider in Balmora, I need to ask you, please don't report seeing me to Caius.
And why is that, friend?
Fuck! I rolled a double six again. Okay. It might be even worse than that if I'm close to any god that wishes me harm. But an overkill, you triumph over this what perilous feat I was trying to accomplish before I rolled the 2d6s is to try to have an assassin, a spy not report on, a fellow spy and reveal that I am making progress along the Nerevarar quest line, basically, back to Caius Cosades. I think I convince him. There's a good chance that I convince him way too well like somebody on the Silt Strider overhearing you determine what the overkill is like, but I succeeded a little bit too good in persuading him not to talk to Caius. So that's good. Now, how does this attract the attentions of my enemies, and how do they react immediately?
Okay. So the Nine Toes, listens to your explanation of not wanting to report to Caius, though he's more than happy to speak in semi-coded language as you do so. The Silt Strider ends in comes to Balmora, and Nine Toes gets off, and a few more passengers get on. Someone who looks like a merchant, traveling with multiple bags stuffed and sort of hovering around them, and a few more adventurous looking types wearing leather armor. It's still raining really, really hard. It's hard to make out anything. Everyone's got their hoods all around them as they come onto the Silt Strider. And it is quite dark inside the caravan itself as you begin to move towards the city of... Well, technically you're going to Saran first, and then... you're moving towards Saran first, and then Vivek from there, but you're free to jump off whenever you'd like. The Silt Strider moves, and you travel for some 30 minutes...
I would like to feel someone or something out with these adventuring types, and because I'm expecting a Captain America in the elevator Winter Soldier scene, I'm going to say, what feels dark and unnerving when I peer deeper. I can sense that they're all very tense and ready to reach for weapons and start a fight. They're just waiting for the right moment, for the right people to get off, or for a sign from whoever it is in here that they want to attack, or I can tell that bloodshed is about to happen. Their hands are never far from their weapons, and I also grow a little bit tense, because if I start to use my powers in here, there's the conductor, there's the merchant. Oh my god.
As far as what feels welcoming on the surface,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Really not that much.
You gotta come up with... it's your job to come up with something.
I mean, their armor looks really nice. I bet it could sell for good money if you killed them. That's about the most welcoming thing that you're getting off of these guys.
They are fellow adventurers. Okay, no, actually that could be welcoming. I'm going to reach out into my bags, and I'm gonna drop my pouch of coin on the floor, and I'm gonna say, whoever paid you didn't pay you enough. Take this and leave without bloodshed, or don't leave at all.
The two of them share a glance. One steps forward and pockets the bag. They don't step back, though. And after a tense moment looking between the four of you, the merchant says, if you'll excuse me, I think perhaps it's best if I discuss something with the caravaneer outside right now. And he scrambles up to the top of the Silt Strider, even as the caravaneer is making objections, and water pours in.
I inflict violence.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately inflict violence.
Yeah, so they wish you harm.
They wish me harm, okay.
I don't think it's personal.
I rolled a 3, so even if I had all 3 bonuses, I still would not hit a success. On a 6 minus, the opposition seizes on a flaw in your approach suffer 2 strain, and the GM will describe the corner that you're backed into.
So what do you try to do?
I think I try to fight them without using any magic. Without, like... I think I try to daredevil it by, like, covering... Like, by destroying whatever the source of light is. But there's still enough, like, cracks in the cover above us that they're able to see and fight by. And so that just... like, they are not blinded by my attempts, and the fact that I'm, like, not using powers, I don't want to hurt the driver, the merchant, or... so yeah, I mark 2 strain.
Yeah, I think, in fact, one of the assassins... So do you try to like use your sword to like knock out the lantern that's up there?
Yes.
I think in that sort of messy lunge for the light, given that you're also dealing with the lurching of the Silt Strider, the assassin's able to disarm you. It's not the ebony blade, it's whatever your other sword is. So you're currently fighting with only one hand, and the wrist that you had been holding it in hurts like a motherfucker. And yeah, they seem to still be fighting with perfect efficiency, even with the dark partially out.
Okay.
Julan has drawn an axe from his back and is trying to use that to sort of block off one of the assassins as they're fighting. But what do you do now?
I think I'm going to I think I'm going to grab Julian and try to jump out of the Silt Strider, and then I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna say like so like as we're on top of the Silt Strider, I open it, we look down for like some bushes to jump into, and I'm gonna tell him whatever direction I start running in, run the other way. It's me they want to kill, and I'm gonna push him into some bushes and jump afterwards. I don't know that there is a move.
This feels like tempting fate. You're doing a perilous feat.
That's fair. That's fair. He's skilled, and we're working together.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have other options? Yes, I could unleash my fucking magic and kill everyone.
So, and
that's a +1.
I'll give you a +2.
Okay, because I am far from any god that wishes me harm. Come on, +2. For once, the dice just roll closer to the fucking average. Okay, that's a 6. +2, that's 8. Hell yeah! It's not an overkill or a failure. You get through it mostly unscathed. The fates spare you for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you manage to time your jump and land in a cranberry bush, which mostly crumples under your weight, but you're able to shake it off. Nothing's broken except maybe your wrist, and take off running. Julian also lands, and contrary to your instructions, immediately begins running with you.
Okay, I need you to be far enough away that I can use my fucking magics. We'll meet up again afterwards.
He says, "Fat chance. I can do us better by helping you hide here without magic. What's the chance that they have something to detect some kind of magical signature?" He grabs 2 crushed weed stalks as the 2 of you run, snaps off the top of one, and pulls at something from the middle, hands one to you, and dives into the water. You weren't too far from the lake. You just weren't close enough to it that you could jump directly into it.
Lake Amaya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
He pulls you down and
I start trying to breathe through through the thing.
With the way it's coming down out there, and if they know anything about you and your tendency towards magic...
We're underwater, right?
Yeah, he's talking. It doesn't matter. He had some air in his lungs, and he doesn't have to worry about breathing in.
Oh, I guess, yeah. For a second, I guess it makes sense.
He did put the reed thing in his mouth and then thought about it again, and yeah.
Like, you're an undead, you're okay.
I'm fine. He just starts walking. He's wearing enough heavy stuff that he's sinking to the bottom of the lake.
Okay. I don't remember what he said because I was so shocked that he was just talking to me. Like Simon legitimately forgot. But he's moving away, so like if those guys come around, I am going to fudge them up.
Yeah. But yeah, the fates spare you for now. Time passes. The rain actually like comes and clears, and while you see some splashing around you and kill quite a few slaughterfish that lurk in the waters, you otherwise don't encounter the assassins again.
Such a great hiding place. Every now and then, the water is colored red from the things I have to kill.
Yeah, but there's always slaughterfish in the water,
okay.
So sometimes that just happens. Sometimes the slaughterfish attack each other.
Ooh. Would you say that I overcame a dangerous obstacle with nothing but my
yeah,
wits and
I would
skills?
absolutely say so.
Running away and I guess it is a form of overcoming obstacles. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Divinity is back, baby.
Yeah. As the two of you emerge from the water, the sun is setting on a bloody red sky as the storm finally breaks.
Okay. Ooh, I just had a very good idea. That's for I don't want to change my plans when the story is pushed forward, but I just got a great idea to use my sanctuary power in Caldera. So,
okay. Well, we can talk about it. Is there any final moment that you'd like to have with Julian as you've escaped this this threat for now, as you see the blood red sky?
I think there's a little while where he has difficulty talking because he still has like
still waterlogged
in his lungs, and that's like when I have to like shake him by the feet. We are both surprised to find that he had a like live eel inside of his mouth that he just hadn't noticed. But like, yeah, we have eel for dinner that night before we go on a midnight raid of the plantations.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool, good game.
Okay.
Okay.
Star, I like the harsh consequences you give for wielding a power. I feel like I might appreciate more diversity than.
And then this person dies, and then that person dies.
But like it was a bit of variety. They were undead, you know.
Yeah.
Like I like that you allowed me to unleash my divinity to bring them back, even if it was in a way that wasn't like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's my star. My wish is okay. I think I would like it if we could bust out the battle maps for the raid, we count like, you know, we even if I just need one roll to like inflict violence on a person or on a group, if they're like, if there's like, you know, the John Wick equivalent of like fighting through all of the goons is like one fight where I need to succeed on inflict violence, and then fighting the leader is another role. I feel like we could make this fight. My wish is for like a cinematic fight. If you are interested in such a thing.
Okay.
If you can, yeah, because like, yeah, we've kind of been skipping some of the fighting aspects, and I want to see what we can do with this system with that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. My star, I love that we were on the same page. Where like as soon as you like talked about unleashing your divinity, like we were both immediately like, oh, okay, it's gonna be obvious.
Like I didn't want it to be brief, because then they would just fucking die, and I didn't want it to be unstable, because then they would just die.
Right. But yeah, no, I like the idea that you now have like an undead companion running around with you, and like to me, this feels like a boon, because I have somebody who's like, now you can't get rid of me, at least a little bit,
yes.
Which I think is giving us some like interesting like tension,
Yeah,
and someone
like,
to bounce off of.
I still don't want to wield my powers around him, but he says he's fine with the risk, so it's like it is a companion that I don't really have an excuse to not keep with me.
Right.
You know what I like? So like that's actually, I think, a great way to resolve this difficulty that Gladius had of like.
And I mean, you as a player had too, because like having companions to bounce off of is fun.
Yes, no, I agree, and at the same time, you know, having companions that are alive consistently is more fun than having to introduce myself every time. Wish?
My wish? I'd like you to see Caius at some point, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, I was tempted to have Caius step onto the Silt Strider, and I was like, no, let's like, the big man that doesn't go out of his way for that. Let's have Nine Toes.
Yeah. That was also fun. Yeah, good game.
His intentions are pure. I know he's doing this for the good of the people, but his methods of manipulating people into believing I'm the Nerevar, I don't agree with, so I'm gonna try to avoid him.
What do you think about the fact that you straight up rolled up to Sanamu and were like, so how do I make sure that nobody ever thinks I'm the Reverend? And she's just like, well, I mean, like, maybe you are, though.
No, she said I could become.
Yeah.
All I have to do is not make myself immune to blight. Easy!
Bitch, no one's done that.
Yeah, exactly! I don't know if I can fulfill your wish. I will try not to see Caius Cosades again, but that's just something that you can, like, if you count him as an enemy, you can have him just appear whenever I fail to tempt fate.
Okay. I think the better question is if you think of him as an enemy.
I mean,
but
Simon does. Gladius is like, no, he's a friend.
Yeah. Oh.